guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nandini and I'm a rising sophomore studying journalism and dramatic literature at New York University. In this video, we're going to be talking about toxic productivity and dealing with it as a university student. So let's just get right into it. What is toxic productivity? To put it in a nutshell, toxic productivity is a synonym for words like workaholism and hustle culture. It is the innate desire for us to be productive at all times, at all costs, no matter what. Simon Molasses, a business coach and author of Joy of Business, told HuffPost, "When toxic productivity is leading your life, you judge yourself every day for what you haven't done rather than looking at what you have accomplished." It's a culture in which you're constantly analyzing, or rather over-analyzing, all of your achievements, and you're constantly looking for ways to fill up your time even when it's not expected of you, just so that you feel like you have complete rigid control over all the aspects of your life without necessarily feeling that you've wasted time. University student is great. You're pursuing your degree, you're satiating new interests and stuff like that. However, many universities have spoiled the experience for students today because they've become a central hub for toxic productivity. Instead of students discovering new interests and pursuing their dreams, they have this constant pressure on them to achieve more and more without actually setting realistic and meaningful goals. This notion of hustle culture is literally worn as a badge of honor. Sacrificing your health to get more work done is glorified. And that shouldn't be the case. I constantly hear students around me tell me about how they've skipped meals and pulled all-nighters to get rid of that essay crisis they had last week. They're constantly working without really thinking about their health, and that is a big sign of toxic productivity. It doesn't matter if it's Oxford University or New York University or University of Toronto, students all across the globe are facing the same problem of toxic productivity, and many of them are pressured into falling into the trap of hustle culture and workaholism. Students are pressurized into believing that getting a certain set of grades, boosting their resume, attending endless internships and club meetings will glorify their university experience. All those things definitely are an integral part of your university experience. However, they're not the be-all, end-all of things. Your essence as a human being, as a student, is not only reliant upon that one piece of paper, which is your resume. You have other things going on in your life, and that is where you have to learn to strike a balance between things. You know, once in a while, take care of your mental health as well. First task is usually the longest and the hardest. It is to recognize and then to accept the symptoms of toxic productivity. A simple way to do that would be to ask yourself a certain set of questions. Are you fatigued in the morning? Are you restless throughout the day? Do you feel a sense of guilt when you take out time for yourself, or you take out time to chill with your friends and family? Are you constantly looking to overwork yourself, even though it's not really expected of you, or if it's the weekend? Are you actually really satisfied with the achievements of your past? The next step for you would be to write down self-care on your to-do list. Yes, you heard that right. Like you write down all your assignments and exam deadlines on your calendar, Notion, planner, sticky notes, or whatever means you use to manage your time well, write down self-care as well. Do it until it becomes a habit, a non-negotiable in your life. Self-care habits can vary from person to person. For someone, it might be as simple as taking a walk outside or taking a hot bubble bath. For other people, it might be watching a Netflix show or going out with friends or family or playing a game of football with their friends. Write down and use anything that actually keeps your brain out of work and makes you feel relaxed. The next step would be to practice professional detachment. Professional detachment is something that I learned from the Huffington Post article that I mentioned in a previous section of this video. I'll link the article down in the description box below, so feel free to check it out. It's an interesting and good short read. Professional detachment is when you show up to work, you stay committed, you prove that you're competent, and you work really hard, but you also have a sense of emotional detachment from your work. It's when you realize that your work is not the only thing going on in your life, and it is not your sole identity. The last step for you would be to set realistic and meaningful goals. Goals that actually bring you true happiness and a sense of fulfillment and pure joy. Learn to say no to all the projects that are offered to you and fill your plate with only the ones that actually interest you and the ones that you can truly commit yourselves to. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Hopefully we had a productive discussion about something that concerns most of us in this day and age. If you liked the video, consider subscribing to my channel and checking out the other content that I've previously made, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!